Taurus Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist. We've got a 22-minute timer here, but we are fixed signs. We are the bull. We are the Hierophant. So we don't need that much time to talk about this. All right. When you know, you know. And that could be some sort of confirmation about this connection. So we're going to read about the truth of this connection, and then we'll read for the masculine and feminine to see what any blockages, advice, or confirmations might help you get to that truth. That was weird. I saw that flip out, but it must have flipped out and then sucked back into the deck. Ooh, that was weird. Okay. That was wild. Queen of Swords. Now that one flew over there. Death, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Queen of Swords is, she's got two swords there. I get Kill Bill, and Uma Thurman is a Taurus. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and Death. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. But the truth of this love is something that is, I get like an evolution, right? It looks like she's standing in front of one of those full-length mirrors as well. Like it could be in a gym. You can meet this person where there's a lot of mirrors around. House of Mirrors. House of Balloons, the weekend, maybe this weekend, or you'll meet them on a weekend. I don't know what the weekend sign is. But that, yeah, the artist, the weekend. ND, because he spells it week-ND, not weekend. An ending would be death. But ND is like non-disclosure, like an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. And because that was kind of a struggle to get the cards out, and I said we don't really need to talk that much about it, I feel like we're not really talking about it, right? Show me. This is like Morpheus. Show me. Stop talking about it. Just show me. So baby, if you want me, you get to show me love. Words are so easy to say. Oh, yeah. You got to show me love. So the truth about this tells me this is going to be a lot of evidential love. It's going to be solid. It's going to be, you know, we can talk about it. But this is a strong feminine here. You know, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords coming out with this Death over here. A lot of strong feminine energy. So there's a lot of respect for the feminine here. And so it's like there's always like it's always like an evolution with the Death. You're always willing to kind of drop the ego to serve the connection. The connection is so important. The world could be a distance. All right, what's this? Oh, 11-11, Ace of Swords. Okay. And see the way that she's holding it? She kind of looks like a Queen of Swords. The way she's tethered to her truth. And it's from the ground to the crown. Could be into yoga. But that tells me that you're very balanced, right? Like a tree, like a mountain, right? She's standing erect and she's secure, and she has this vine with these thorns around it. So there's a bit of like a guarded energy here. That could have been a hold up with the feminine, is like this feminine could have intimidated the heck out of this masculine. But we have the 11-11, Four of Wands, and the vine is here as well. So it's like you are always tethered to the truth. You're always looking for the truth. And that's going to be kind of the mission of this connection. The moon. Yeah, the moon is, I mean, you could have Cancerian placements. Your moon sign could be important here. But see how they're tethered to the moon, right? The moon is like, it's all questions, Inquisition. Spain could be important here, the Spanish Inquisition. Also, that's with those mirrors, it's like the sliding doors. So it could be something where there's like large glass panels. That it's like windows, large windows, or like you might meet this person where there's some kind of door, revolving door. But the movie with Gwyneth Paltrow, Sliding Doors, where she has the two kind of options. Okay, your divine counterpart, feminines, you could have already dealt with someone of the same sign, name, age. They could look similar. There could be some sort of similarity, but they're a completely different person, because the person that you dealt with as your karmic twin, I mean, all twins are karmic, but all connections are karmic, because they all, karma's not pejorative, but there would maybe a guardedness toward this because of a past encounter with your false twin. Okay, your false twin, there could be some similarities or some elements here, right? So something in their chart could be very similar for good reason, right? Because you met someone that looked a lot like your, maybe physically, but they looked a lot like and felt a lot like they were your twin, and you got those signs wrong. So you could have gone through a healing phase, many phases with the moon here, where you were asking a lot of questions, a lot of why. So this is the type of connection where, if you ask somebody who is false why, if you ask them for truth, or if you ask for clarity, you're never going to get it. You're always going to be tethered to the question, which is what is going on here with this moon dancers. This is somebody here, the divine aspect of this energy, of this frequency, because our twins represent themselves, they present themselves in all connections, toxic or otherwise, as facets of themselves to help us access lessons so that we are prepared for them when they get there. Because if we hadn't gone through those things to learn those lessons, to access those, to mirror those shadows in ourselves of low self-worth, or our own internal value system of what we're willing to accept and call love, it's preparing you for this person. And this is someone who you can ask them anything. They're transparent, like that window, like that mirror there, mirror or window. I mean, a mirror is just like it's a piece of glass with black backing, right? That's what makes a mirror. So it's like this is someone who's willing to go dark with you, and not dark in a negative way, dark in a moon and feminine way. That's why I'm getting so much feminine energy from this, is because like this person has a lot of feminine elements in their chart. The masculine has a lot of feminine elements in their chart. So it's like they're able to really go dark, which, I mean, if you are dealing with someone with strong scorpionic placements, Scorpios are willing to go dark. They live in the dark. They're way, way out there in the solar system. They have that kind of innate ethereal sort of energy. Yeah, we got the Hierophant here, Taurus energy right here, Knight of Cups to clarify, Scorpio. So yeah, a lot of water in this masculine coming in to nurture this feminine. And the Hierophant is a spiritual leader, spiritual guru, right? So this is somebody who translates from the 5D to the 3D. You are both 4D beings. You could be life path 4, but with that 1111, it's like Metatron could be important here. And the Chariot. So Cancerian energy. You or your person could have strong Cancerian placements. And the Fool. with the Lovers. So Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, a lot of major arcana here. You guys are very linked. This soul tie is like, whoo, it's intense. You're going full dark mode. Maybe your phone is in dark mode or something. Like lights could be sort of aggressive to you. Maybe wear blue light glasses or something like that. Or maybe you wear shades a lot, like going dark. Yeah. And you're both very reflective with the Four of Swords. This is a reflective, which is going to be so like, I'm getting satiating. It's like seductive, but not in a devilish way, not in a lustful way alone. There's going to be some lust in there because you get all of it. But we have the Seven of Swords, which is like holding a grudge or guarded energy, and the Wheel of Fortune, fixed energy. Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. So this is also, your karmic blessings. See how the devil's kind of like, and something like a fox too, the coyote, or it's like a skinwalker, shapeshifter. You could have dealt with a shapeshifter, a demon in disguise, right? So there's like this Leo energy up here too, with this lion, this sphinx. Someone could have a cat, and we have the snake there, which is also for Scorpio, the Native American zodiac for Scorpio. But see how they're kind of like riding the wheel? So it's like, it's all connected. Your karma, your divine justice, your blessings, all that divine timing, which is, divine time is 11:11. It is that opening. It is Metatron. This is saying all of that deception was part of your karmic blessing, because if you hadn't learned that lesson, you never would have. If you hadn't gone through that, because if you didn't go deep within with that Four of Swords, if you didn't come into that Virgo energy, Virgo and Aquarius energy from Four of Swords, it's that very introspected, holding your emotions close to your chest, really listening to your heart. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock there. That was part of the sequence of events that led you to this person. And it's all going to make sense when this comes together, because that's just how it works. It's a very profound statement. That's just how it is. It feels simple. Maybe you would have made this connection more complex if you hadn't experienced those other things, which is why you needed to, because you learned so much about yourself, your own strengths. So it's like, you can trust yourself. Warrior of Vessels. This is the Ace of Cups. Or the Warriors, is that the Knight? That's the Knight of Cups. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups twice here. So that is movement, emotional movement. Someone is moving with the moon. They're turning the tide. They're turning the tide. Medicine Wheel. That's that Wheel of Fortune. And it's also very healing. So Aquarius energy as well. Ooh, pregnancy, Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is, I've never seen the Four of Cups be referred to as a pregnancy, but there could be a pregnancy here. Pregnancy just represents a rebirth, right? The moon. Yeah, Sagittarius and Pisces energy here. See, we've got this Archer. The moon is the wolf is the Native American zodiac for Pisces, and then the moon being Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water. A lot of water here. Number 18 could be important. That's when I am, May 18th. Any other May 18th Tauruses out there? Holla holla. The Weaver. Ooh, dream weaver. And the Queen of Queen of Cups. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, Swords, and Cups here, which we're missing the Queen of Wands. So you could be dealing with a masculine fire sign, has strong fire placements as well, but they're coming in with that King of Wands energy. King of Wands is that missing piece that says, well, this masculine is your missing piece, but it's like they're coming in with that King of Wands energy, which the King of Wands goes after what they want. And that reminds me of, and I believe he's a Pisces, Will Ferrell, and she is a Scorpio. Maggie Gyllenhaal in Stranger Than Fiction. Yeah, the synchronicities, the deja vu, I feel like when you meet this person and you come together, it's going to be, there's going to be, you've probably experienced a lot of them as the Hierophant. You experience a lot of synchronicities. You see a lot of patterns. That's something you take note of as a four-dimensional being. But there's this, like, it's so intense, like so many, and it may cause some physical symptoms. Now, if you're concerned, I'm not a doctor, whatever, just play one on TV. Seinfeld, also a Taurus. But it's like, it's very simple, which the divine energy is simple. Demonic energy, the devil, likes to make things complex because that's distraction. And when you make things complex, there's always questions. I don't feel like there's any questions here. It's like where you maybe misread the signs before, but you didn't really misread the signs because those signs led you to those karmic lessons, to those false twins, to those soulmates that, were there for a reason, not a, or a season, not a lifetime. They're there for just those times where maybe you thought, as a fixed earth sign, you may have thought, oh, I'm supposed to be with these people, or they're going to be in my life. You had these expectations of people. There's something about these lessons that allowed you to let go of the expectations. So when this person comes in with this medicine wheel of fortune, it's like, oh, okay. Here they are. There you are. I always knew you were coming. I saw these signs, and I don't think either of you are going to have to talk about it. You're just going to go, yeah, hey, I know you. I see you. Let's do this. We've already been doing this. We've already been playing this game with each other, sending each other these lessons so that we could build each other up for this. And so you're going to come into contact in a moment where you feel wholly at peace with being yourself. And that's going to be the continuation of energy with this connection. You're always going to be able to be 100% yourself. There's no masks. There's no facade. There's no holding your breath. There's no biting your tongue, walking on eggshells. It's all out on the table. It's all out on the table. The cards are all out on the table here. All the time. There are, I was just watching on Lisa Bilyeu. I don't know how to pronounce it, but but her podcast where she has, and I don't know the name of the woman, but she's, if I remember, I'll put it in the comments below. But anyway, it's an interview where she's talking with a doctor, and she says, the difference between honesty and transparency, right? Honesty is, hey, honey, where were you last night? Oh, I was out at dinner. Okay, who were you with? I was with this person, this person, this person. Okay, how long were you there? What did you order? You have to ask questions, and maybe they'll tell you the answer, and maybe they count that as honesty. Transparency is them saying, hey, honey, tonight, or they might let you know ahead of time, hey, tomorrow night I'm going out to dinner with such and such and such and such. There may be this person there. We'll probably stay for an hour and a half. And it's not that you are micromanaging this person. It's that this person, they just want you to, I feel like there are very few cases where you wouldn't be going with that person anyway, because this is your person. I feel like you're going to be doing kind of everything together, not in a codependent way, just because you've been apart for what feels like lifetimes. Why not just spend every minute you can together, you know? So, but they just want you to, this is a very comforting love, and it makes you feel very secure. So it's not that they're defiance. Yeah, you're done with people who are like, you're not my mom, you can't tell me what to do. Why are you asking me all these questions? It's like, why are you ducking all these questions? You know, why do I have to pull information out of you? Why wouldn't you just tell me what's going on in your life? And I watched Little Black Book. I'm going to hurry this up. Little Black Book, where she says, you know, you shouldn't have to tell me everything, but why wouldn't you want to? You know, if you share your life with somebody, why don't we share our lives with each other? It's like, you're going to know everything about this person because they want you to know them. They want you to know everything that's going on. And they're always going to want your feedback. It's not your approval. They already have your approval. And for that, they're going to give you the respect, and they're going to honor that approval. They're going to honor your choosing them to be in your life by comforting you and making sure that everything's out on the table. There's no guys here. There's no questions. No questions asked. It's just, hey, we're in it. Let's do it. And it's not going to be in any way, no questions asked. I guess that's it. So I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I hope there was something in here for you. And until next time, Taurus, I wish you well.